1800s print of Prince James Duke racket sports go back many centuries. Lawn tennis was first played on the lawns of Victorian England. It began as a racket game and evolved into what we now call tennis. The true grandparent of lawn tennis is the centuries-old game of royal or court tennis. Around 1873, indoor court tennis was now professed to be much more fun outdoors, and with the opposite sex no less. With the Industrial Revolution freeing up fortunes and leisure time through the 1870s into the 1880s, resorts of the Victorian era were a natural nesting place for the growth of the game. National championships were cropping up and attracting regulars. The upper-class social scene was throwing decadent parties, giving them all a reason to return a season after season and play. Soon, there were enough challenging players in various regions of a growing number of countries to establish a level of skill that improved from the innovation to the next. There was still, however, in the 1890s, a giant ocean separating the two largest factions of the game. The International Lawn Tennis Challenge Trophy very quickly became known as the Davis Cup. As a philanthropist of the game, Mr. Dwight Davis donated it in 1900s to the tennis community. The racket configuration consists of the frame, gripping handle, and strings. The weight range of a racket is 245 grams to 340 grams. The strings are attached at the head of the rackets. There are two types of strings in the market. This division is made according to the material of the string. The one is gut strings. These are made of intestines of cows. The professional players prefer this only for better tension, bearing index, elasticity, and stability. The other one is synthetic strings. These are made of nylon, Kevlar, or polyester. They have very good endurance and durability. The balls used in the professional lawn tennis games are made by the pressurized rubber technology. It has a hollow core shell made by a vulcanized rubber and covered by a nylon or wool. The ball weight should be in the range of 2 to 2.17 ounces. Rectangular net is used to separate the two sides of a tennis court. The net should cover the space between the two net posts. The net is woven in such a way that it does not allow the tennis ball to pass through. It is usually tied at about 3 feet above the ground at the center. Wristbands are worn around wrists to prevent sweat from wetting the player's palm or the racket, because a wet grip might not be strong. Headbands are used to absorb sweat. They also tie players' hair away from their face. Just running shoes don't provide enough lateral support to players. Tennis shoes are designed to give players better stability and prevent them from sliding while moving sideways. Shoes shouldn't damage the court when players move briskly across the court. Men and women can wear t-shirts or shirts made of materials like polyester that does not absorb sweat and keeps the player cool. They wear shorts that do not cover their knees. Hard courts are one of the main types of courts commonly found at parks, recreation centers, clubs, and schools, composed of varying mixtures of asphalt and concrete. Hard courts also contain an acrylic surface layer to seal the surface and provide a level of cushioning. Clay courts mainly come into different forms. The red clay court is coarse mixture made from brick, and the green clay court, which is crushed metabasalt, also known as hard true. These materials dry much quicker than standard clay, which is rarely found on the modern tennis court surfaces. Due to their textured surfaces, clay courts feature the slowest surface for ball speed. Grass courts, also known as lawn courts, used to be most common type of tennis court surface. However, due to their high cost and maintenance, grass courts are less commonly used than hard courts and clay courts. A grass surface consists of short-cut grass on tightly packed soil and is the fastest type of court, offering low ball bounces and shorter rallies. Synthetic tennis courts, for the softness and feel of a grass court without the maintenance, some public and private facilities may opt for a synthetic turf court. Synthetic court usually contain plastic grass fibers with better durability and less upkeep than a standard grass court. Scoring in tennis. A point is awarded during a rally when, first, the opponent lets the ball bounces more than once on his or her side. Second, the opponent hits the ball into the net. Third, the opponent strikes the ball with the racket more than once. Fourth, the opponent touches the net with the racket. Fifth, the opponent volleys the ball before it comes the net. Games are scoring. 0 point equals to love, 1 point equals 15, 2 points equals 30, and 3 points equals 40. Tennis serve. The serve is one of the most crucial shots of the tennis game. The quality of the tennis serve highly depends upon the player. A player can choose to serve the opponent with the fusion of spins and strength. Therefore, there are many types of serves relying on a player's skill. Volley shot. It's another very popular tennis shot that promotes a sheer impact on the opposition. This type is in a great practice among most tennis players these times. Usually when a player gets onto the ball without waiting for it to bounce, it's the volley shot. Forehand shot. The shot takes flight from low to high, ending to the shoulders height. Players usually stretch their bodies to achieve a great effect or strength back to the opponents. Backhand shot. This shot uses one hand or two hands to get the momentum going on. Backhand shots are common shots and play with a non-dominating side of a player. Overhead shot. It's a power shot for a reason where the body naturally gets when playing this shot. It would be best if you were treating this shot with great accuracy and precision. A lob shot is one of the most used types of tennis shots in the game. Players usually hit the ball lifting to a good height in the left of the opponent's court. Slice shot. This shot observes when a player would want to slow down the game pace. It often makes players super confused in the game. Ace, a service of a tennis ball that is not returned by an opponent and is deemed to be in play by the umpire. Alley, the area of the court between the singles and doubles sidelines, also known as the tram lines. Baseline, the chalk line of the farthest ends of court indicating the boundary of area of play. Double fault, 2 faults in a row in 1 point causing the player serving to lose the point. Drop shot, a play in which the player hits the ball lightly enough to just go over the net. Fault, unsuccessful serve that fails to place the ball in the correct area of play, therefore not starting the point. Let, when the ball touches the net but enters the opponent's half of the court within the play area. Top spin, spin of a ball that goes forward over the top of the ball, causing the ball to dip and bounce. Underspin, spin of the ball that goes forward under of the ball, causing the ball to float and bounce lower.